Hi guys, this is Chris, and we're going to give you some DIY SEO tips for your entertainment facility. Alright, now not everybody has budgets to go out and hire someone like us or other big companies to handle their SEO for their website. Maybe times are tough and budgets are tight. Maybe you just forgot to set it aside that year and you need some help. Don't worry, there are things you can do right now on your own that will improve your rankings. So before we get started, what is SEO? Because a lot of people think they know and they kind of have part of it, because it can be really complicated and salespeople will call you and throw all kinds of terms at you, but the reality is all SEO or search engine optimization is how much Google or other search engines value your website. If the search engines think it's valuable, they're going to put it up higher in the rankings, and that's what you want. So you can be there when your potential clients are searching for you or your service. So now, we're going to start off with, I don't do all three things. Let's start off with the first one. First one would be keywords. We've heard this a lot. Keywords have been an SEO from the beginning of websites, really, although it's gotten a little bit more tricky. Not so much tricky as noisy. There's a lot more people out there trying to get your attention, so the tricks and hints and tips on how to get up in the rankings changes all the time. Not to mention, Google's changing their algorithm, it seems like every quarter, so keeping up with it can be a nightmare. But keywords are still super important. And before you go into putting your keywords on there, you need to have a keyword strategy. It's easy to gloss over this. I don't need a strategy. I know what words I want to search for. I want to search for this or that. No, you need to have a strategy, because you can't just pick a couple keywords and throw up 1,000 keywords on your page and expect Google to like it. Back in the day, you could do that, which is why you see a bunch of junky websites from back in the day with 4 or 5 words just repeated over and over and over again. It's got to make some sense. It's got to flow naturally. And if Google sees or thinks that you're just hitting your page with 1,000 words that you want, or 1,000 of the same word that you're wanting people to find, it's actually going to punish you. So all the work you're doing now is going to hurt instead of help. So the trick here is, and it's not novel, is to find some keywords you like, find multiple, have many different pages on your website, because Google also likes to see lots of pages. Have lots of pages and spread those words out, but don't just pick one and hammer it. Like I said, make sure it makes sense. And that's why we're constantly telling people to make more articles, make more posts, change up your text, test it. The more you do that, it's fresh content and you got more chances to get those words in there. Now that's great for individual words. However, at this point in time, there's a bunch of competition out there, like I said. So some of those companies are already trying to get the same keywords you are, because maybe you're going after the exact same client base or the exact same offering. So what do you do then? Because maybe they're throwing thousands and thousands of dollars every month towards SEO with big companies. It's really tough for anybody else to compete. So what I'll tell you there is, there's some opportunities you can take advantage of. There are websites, not websites, programs like SEM Rush. And there's many different like that, but that's the one that we use a lot, where you can actually go and see what Google is seeing for your website, so you'll see what words are ranking. But more importantly, you can see what the competitors and other people are doing. Now, you still got to be you. I'm not telling you to chase somebody else, but the important part here is you can see, well, I want this keyword, and man, they got it, and there's no way I'm going to touch it without spending $1 billion. But the trick is, figure out what they're ranking for on page 2 and 3. Those are the words that they're not paying as much attention to. Sure, it may not be the 50,000 people that the big word has, but 25,000 is still 25,000. So just because it's not as much doesn't mean it's not valuable, and there's opportunity because they're ignoring it. So you can take those keywords and push those to get to the top, and that's where you'll find some winners. Once again, sprinkle them into your website, but not just the words. There's also keyword phrases. So you know whenever you go to Google and you start typing something in, and then it completes the sentence for you, well, that's because other people have searched for the exact same phrase, and just like keywords, you can enter in keyword phrases. The internet's not quite as saturated with people doing that. I mean, there's a lot of people out there doing it, but it's not as hardcore as the individual words that people have been hitting for 1 billion years, right? So, keywords, keyword phrases, have a plan, and then try to find out the words that your competition is ignoring, because that might be some opportunity. Now, that's keywords. That's one. The other two things we're going to talk about, they kind of overlap, but they're also fairly related. And that would be performance and user experience. Google and other search engines, but Google really values both of those. And performance, what we're really talking about, is speed. How quickly does your website load? If your website doesn't load very fast, Google's going to punish you. And why? Google's only objective in all of this is to give users, the regular folks, give them a good experience. And when I'm looking for something, they want to serve me exactly what I'm looking for. Relevant, good, fresh content. So all the things they do with their algorithm, while it's a pain in the butt to companies and people like me, it's actually good for the end user. So we all got to play ball. Now that speed, let's get back to that. How do we get our page to load faster? And when I say faster, the average user, 2 or 3 seconds, they're gone. So if you can't get that thing to load quickly, they're going to click out and go find somebody else that will. Now, the speed is a bunch of different things that can affect it, but the ones I want you to do that you can do by yourself, that are usually the problem with most people, are images and videos. Now, it's a little odd that I'm saying that because I tell everybody, at least all of my clients, they got to be putting new videos up all the time. And why? Once again, Google values that. They think it's fresh content. And videos are the best form of marketing, and it's valued amongst all, not just by people, but by search engines as well. However, videos are heavy. They're really big files. And images, if you got a professional photographer or you yourself do it, you get those back, you're seeing the big, beautiful, bold, crisp images. Well, guess what? Those are also heavy. So the trick here is to optimize them. So you want to optimize your pictures and optimize your video, which is a big fancy word for saying make it smaller. Now there's ways to do that, and that gets a little technical, but not too bad. And I'm going to tell you right now, the best way to do that, to learn how to optimize it, is to go to this site right here and search for it. It'll tell you anything you want to know, and it's not too difficult. So now once you've got your images optimized, meaning the file sizes are smaller, now your page is going to load quicker, and Google's going to be your friend again. So that takes care of speed, performance. Now the overlapping thing I said was user experience. And this one's a little weird, at least it was for me years ago when I started thinking things this way. User experience. Well, how does the internet or Google measure user experience? Because what I mean is, how does your site look? Is it just flat out appealing? Does it look professional? Does it look nice? Or does it look like my cousin in his backyard made it? So if you're, but once again, or not once again, user experience can be subjective. How does it look is going to be different for me, you, and your boss. We can all look at the same thing and all have a different opinion of what is good. So how does Google figure that out? Well, the way Google figures that out is from a few different things, but the one we want to worry about is called bounce rate. Now, bounce rate is when I come to a website and I leave before I only look at one page. I don't go any further. I just get on there, look at one page, and leave. If you can keep your audience engaged and give them a user experience that makes them want to look at the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, then they're engaged. And Google goes, hey, this must be a good website because people are sticking on and they're looking around and they're going to rank you higher. So the user experience, the way it looks, the bounce rate, how long they're on there, all of those things determine, well, it all goes down to bounce rate, but all of those things usually determine what the bounce rate is. So you can, so we got keywords, we got performance, which I mean speed, and then we also have user experience, in particular for the bounce rate. We want to get people in and keep them in, give them more content, keep them engaged. So there you go. There's 3 different areas and a bunch of little sub areas in there that you can do on your own to increase your search engine optimization. Now, I told you it was free and you can do it on your own. The reality is nothing's free. This is going to cost you time. It's going to cost you your valuable time. If you don't have a budget, it's absolutely worth it. Hit us up. I'd be happy just to help you out. We can have a conversation, see if we can give you some more tips, take a quick look at it. We do web analysis and stuff like that for free, like most people do. You call us, give me your website, we'll do a quick evaluation of it. When we do it, we're also looking for meta tags and title tags and all kinds of other stuff, backlinks. But for you, we're going to look at these 3 areas, and then maybe we can give you some other hints and tips and things that you can go look out for in the future. Good luck. I hope to see you at the top of the search engines. And if you need a little help, or shoot, if you just get done and say, you know what, I make widgets, I don't want to do this anymore, hit me up. We'd be happy to help you out too. You'll find my email down below in the link.